And we are live. I just had to figure out which camera I was on. How are you, girls? It's Anita here from Sequins and Sand on another Friday lunchtime live. I hope you're well. 15 million of us are in lockdown. If that is one of you, my heart goes out to you. I'm doing crazy stuff in lockdown, I've got to say. Today I'm in my togs, coming to you live from Brisbane, where it's 22 outside in the sun, but in here in my little Queenslander, it's chilly and I've got the heating on while I'm doing this. So hello to you. If you're watching the recording, thank you for joining me here at Sequins and Sand. We help women whose body shapes have changed over the years feel more confident as they go about their summer with our thoughtfully designed swimwear, resort wear, fitting advice, and unique experiences like our membership. I'll talk a little bit about that later. But today we are talking navy is the new black, but also I think why navy is better than black. I know, controversial, right? Make some noise about it, but I really do think that it is a more sympathetic colour for summer in particular, and that's what we're all about here, summer. If you can hear me well, can you give me a thumbs up? Just let me know that it's okay and that the Yeti that I've got set up on my table is doing its thing and coming through loud and clear. I can see that there are quite a few eyeballs there, so let me know if you can. I'm really excited about today's edition. It's a little bit different. What I'll do today is take you through a bit of colour theory with some examples of how that comes to life using swimwear and accessories like sarongs and cover-ups, but also show you a few navy swimsuits that we've got, of which I'm wearing one, my very favourite style of all, the Bandeau. But first of all, let's kick off with understanding a little bit of colour theory. Now, we're all about summer, and I know through selling swimwear online for over 12 years now, all over Australia, I have a theory. The further south you go, the more black is sold. I know you Melbourne girls and Victorian girls love your black. And I've got a bit of a theory too that it's got something to do with the weather. You know, we have a lot of sunshine and bright here in Queensland most of the year, and I think that's reflected in the colours that we choose to wear. We tend to wear a lot more bright tones or colour itself without relying on black. And the same in WA. Girls in WA, hello if you're watching. I know you're very similar there too. And in New South Wales, it's a blend, right? But I think black becomes a go-to for quite a few reasons. And I think particularly with swimwear, because we think black is slimming. Now, there's no doubt about that. A darker colour will recede. Yes, Colour 101 that we learnt in primary school and high school does ring true still. The darker colours will recede. But a darker navy, I'm going to show to you, is, I think, a better combination to wear for most of us, not all of us, and not in all situations, but in, I think, most situations, better than teaming something with black. I've got a thumbs up there. So that means that we are going to we've got the, right. Okay. Rosa, oh, thank you, darling. Thank you, Bella. How are you going? Another lockdown. Oh, my goodness. I'm open for therapy, Rosa, if you want to have a chat at the end of the live, sweetie. Thanks for tuning in. Rosa's in Victoria. So, colour theory with black. Black's also very readily available, right? Because we love black. We as retailers and label makers, I guess, are a little bit torn too, because we know that black's a really popular colour. Oh, g'day, Lizzie. Thank you. Black's a very popular colour, and so we also want to give you what you want. So it's a bit of a, it's a bit of a balancing act. I'm hoping to show you that today, though, black might not be the friend that you think it is for you, and that's okay. If you're like me, so I've got dark hair, right? Dark hair, I can wear black. Black does suit me, but I've got no makeup on today, deliberately so, and I don't know if the light's going to be our friend. But I have a muted skin tone, which means that because I spent a lot of time in the sun and I've got an Italian background, I've got quite a warm color palette too with my skin tone. It's a yellower tone. Thanks to Dad. I have a muted tone. So that means that my skin is not as bright or as pale as other skin types out there. But I would hazard a guess and to say, because most of us have spent a lot of time in the sun in Australia, and we are in midlife, most of us here tuning in today, that over the years, we've lost that brightness or that clarity, that, clear skin look that we might have had when we were in our teens and in our 20s. So what happens with that is that it means that if you try and wear something that is of a high contrast, it can actually overpower you because you've got the muted skin tone going on. You're probably better off with more muted, slightly softer colors. Now, that's aside from whether you can wear warm or cool. I'm talking about whether you're clear, you've got that nice clear skin, or whether it's a little bit muted, dusky, not so clear and bright. But if you have beautiful, clear, pale skin and dark hair, then you are naturally high contrast. So black, with something with black in it or pairing it with black, is going to be your friend. So this print, like our Corsica print that's just come in, this is going to work well on you, right? It's got the dark trim, the dark background, and those really light pops of color coming through, the whites. Now, this is quite a mixed color palette in that it's got the blue, which I would say is quite cool, but there's lots of oranges and yellows, and that's what dominates. So I say this is a slightly warmer color palette coming through here in the Corsica print. But because it's on that black background, it very much stands out. Now, to me, this is a lively print because of that, because of the high contrast that's going on between the colors. Does that make sense? Let me know. Now, I grabbed this print too. This was a print that was out last summer, and there's not much left of it now, just a couple of bikinis. But do you see how this is on a blue background? It's on a navy background. And the colors, whilst they stand out, they don't pop. It's not as much of a lively print as the Corsica. Now, they have similar tones in them, right? This navy one has got the pink tones, like the pink tones are in the Corsica print. And there's also a little bit of white in this, as there is a little bit of white in this. But do you see the difference? This one here, to me, is nowhere near as lively as that one. And that's because of the contrast that's created with the navy versus the black background. I've got one more example to show you there. So, 2 dot prints. Now, sure, one's got a lot more white in it than the other. This has got a lot less white. Whoa, look at that flaring. But again, do you see the high contrast going on with that black and white versus with the blue and white? The blue is a lot more understated. Now, I know the dot is smaller, so probably not a brilliant example, Anita, but I would still argue that this print here is a lot more striking and standouty than this one here being on the navy background. To bring that home now with plain colors, now that we've talked about it in a print, so that in a print you get to see how lively they are close together, the colors, right? The contrast. If we take, why don't I put this on just quickly? Might as well go for it, hey? Though I do have a gammy shoulder, girls, I've got to tell you. Oh, right. A white shirt. most of us will have a white shirt. Again, I should be an off-white, but that's because I'm a warmer color palette. But if I put a black jacket, I've got two jackets that are both from the same place. I got them both at Katie's last year. This is white with black. Right, fairly high contrast. I'm actually going to take, this is probably not well thought through, girls. There we go. I'm going to take one arm out. White with black. White with blue. Now that works well, doesn't it? That is a really good description for you. Straight away, you can see that if I put black with the white, it is a high contrast combination, right? Compared with the white and the blue. Now that's okay. If you want lively and you can naturally wear high contrast and that is your friend, then go for it. But I'm here to put to you today that if you don't want that liveliness, that standout, you want something that's a little bit more harmonious and sympathetic, not as lively, then consider, instead of using black as your go-to color to team things with, go for a navy. Now, when I go away, I always take my denim jacket or a pair of jeans, but usually denim jacket. And there's a very good reason for that, because denim goes with everything. And that's what we're talking about here today. It does, that navy tone, that denim will work with absolutely every color that you can come up with. And it's the kind of tone that works. It's the kind of color that works for us, whether we are cool or warm palette. Navy is the most versatile color. I also think that teal is as well, but that's a whole other discussion. But navy, look for navy, girls. So now that we've looked at navy and black with a white shirt, we've looked at it in a print, I wanted to show you how it works with plain swimwear and sarongs. So here we have a plum tankini top, plum versus the black, plum versus the navy. Do I need to bring that a bit closer for you? I don't know about you, but I would rather see the plum with the navy than the plum with the black. You can still do it. I'm not saying there's hard and fast rules, but if you were looking at something that looks a little bit more harmonious, that's not so in your face and obvious, then I would go plum with navy. What do you think? Give me a yes or no, Rosa and Liz. I know you won't be shy. The others will be. Now, a cool color palette, right, with this really zingy turquoise blue. Again, the turquoise blue with the black, yeah, absolutely you can do it. But again, the turquoise with the navy, a lot more harmonious and sympathetic. Yeah? Now, most of us will have, we think that our black pants go with everything, that our white pants go with everything. Well, similarly, no, they don't. Well, they can. There's no hard and fast. But if you're looking for reasons to go with something that visually is going to look more appealing, then I would argue not. Your black pants are not going to go with everything. Just like your black cozy is not going to go with everything. Now, for us warmer tone girls out there, warmer tone girls, here's a lovely copper. We've got not much of this left either. This is a lovely rust color. Rust is a great example. Look at that, girls. Straight away, you can see the rust with the black versus the rust with the navy. Look at that rust and navy. It is a match made in heaven, yeah? Looks absolutely fantastic. There we go. So I could have switched that around and gotten out the black togs and put them against coloured sarongs, but I deliberately flipped it because, you know, these were I felt it was an easier way to do it. So think about when you go to buy your togs, why are you reaching for the black? And should you be reaching for the navy? I've just explained why I think navy is a better option than black. Both colours will recede because they're darker toned, but one will produce less contrast and less liveliness, and therefore less obvious, if you like, or attention than the other. Now, if your style personality loves all of that, then hey, go for it. But if not, then consider experimenting and get rid of the black and go with the navy. Now, all that sort of color theory I've just been talking about and a little bit of style personality, we cover off in our membership, the Summer Confidence Society. And we go a lot deeper with that. It's almost personalized, and we have some masterclasses to explain in a lot more detail. So the membership will be opening again mid-next year. But yes, that was a shameless plug for the membership, because if you want to find out a little bit more about how to develop your style in summer and to feel more summer confident, understanding some basics like this with a lot more detail and relate it back to you and what you do and what works for you, then that's where we do it. Yeah. That's our experiences. Right. Okay. Now it's time to talk togs. We'll leave mine to last. Let's start with what I think is a great all-rounder. And right at the end, I will show you where you can find these cozies on the Sequins and Sand website. So this one here is the navy zip-up with a little flutter sleeve. I love the zip-ups, and I know you do too. They not only offer great sun coverage because you have the higher neckline, top, front and back, but the zip front means you've got a bit of versatility there. You can lower it down if you've got a bigger bust or want to bring the attention up. Definitely create a V neckline. Just going to turn my phone on mute. A V neckline to, you know, let your bust breathe a bit more if you've got a fuller bust, or equally well, if you've got a smaller bust and you want to bring the attention up, then unzipping the zip a bit will do that. The little flutter sleeve also helps to widen narrower shoulders. So if you are a pear shape, this is great for balancing out your wider hips by creating a bit more width at the top. And see all this beautiful ruching, girls? This ruching here in the center panel and flat side panels, a bit hard to see. There we go. There's the flat side panel there. And on this side, means that it will create a lovely waist, a visual waist for you. Just give you a nice gentle curve. So if you're a rectangle shape and you've lost your waist over the years, or you have a fuller tummy shape and you're conscious of your tummy, then this zip up will help give you that coverage that you need and a little bit more tummy support. It also does it on the inside for you as well. Let's have a look. Because how cozies are made, girls, is really important. You need to know what goes into these things. There's a lot that goes into a swimsuit, and a well-made swimsuit is worth the money, right? These are really good value for money. So this one here has got the molded cups, and it's you've got one on each side separated by the zip in the middle, but the molded cups are sewn in, and that will just give you a nice smooth outline on the outside for your bust. There's also the strong underbust elastic. See that there? Yep, there we go. The strong underbust elastic just helps to lift up the bust and give it a bit more support. And this cozy will work for a B cup to an E cup. Once you start going over an E cup, you'll put a bit of pressure on the zip. So you just got to watch that if you have a larger than E cup bust. This is lined, fully lined front and back. There's 2 layers of swimsuit fabric. So again, it'll just give you a nice little, you'll feel snug in it. Not a miracle suit, super suck-in snug, but being double layered, it just feels nice on. And I've got to tell you, This fabric is really nice and soft as well. It feels beautiful on. I love this cozy. I've got it in the long sleeve. I've had it for years, and I really like wearing them, you know, if I've had a bit too much sun and I need to cover up, or if it's a bit chillier and if it's a bit windy, then it gives me some good coverage and I feel snug. If you are if you're active on the beach or in the water, then these are great because it gives you the extra coverage, but also keeps your bits well in place, girls, with all of that paneling, and the zip will also keep you in nice and snug. So that is the zip up one piece with the frill sleeve, and that's $100. Comes in sizes 10 to 22. You'll find it in the one piece section on the swimwear one piece or plus size swimwear one piece, and also in the Sun Safer section of the website. Now, it's not rated UPF 50, want to be clear on that, but by virtue of the fact that it being double layered with more coverage physically and also a darker color, it naturally brings it up the scale. The next one I wanted to show you is one that I showed you earlier with the dots. This is a really popular style for girls who have a bigger bust and a longer torso. But let's focus on the bigger bust first. And the reason why it's popular for a bigger bust shape is because of the depth of the cup, nice and deep, top to bottom. And it comes in 2 cup sizes, a D to E and an F to G cup. So plenty of room to move there for an F and G cup. It's also got an underwire for extra support. And at the back, it's got a nice high back and wide straps to carry the load, and fully adjustable straps there, just like a bra strap. The straps also come unhook at the base like that. And that means you can cross them over at the back to make a crossover back. And when you do that, when you make a crossover back, you give your bust an extra half a size support. That's a little tog fit tip from me. Also in this cozy, you can see how it falls there. This is a size 22, I think. The way this falls there, there's loads of ruching in these togs. And because of that ruching, if you have a rounder tummy or if you're longer in the torso, it's going to stretch with you and give you that extra length that you need. So this is great too if you have a longer body shape or a fuller tummy shape and need that extra length to get around your tummy. It's got a medium rise leg, so good bottom coverage. And it's just a great all-rounder. And in the navy with the small white dots, it's a classic print and a classic cut. We've had this style now for, I reckon a good 8 years. Also comes in a tankini version as well, but that's the beautiful one piece. And this one is in a chlorine resistant fabric. So if you're working out in the pool often, this is a great cozy for that. Because the chlorine resistant fabric is made to withstand the rigors of a chlorinated environment better than regular swimsuit fabric will. This one is $143, and like I said, you'll find it in the one piece section or the chlorine resistant section of our website, and it comes in sizes 10 to 22, D to E cup and F to G cup. So that's the Underwire one piece in the navy and dots print. And I'll just better show you the inside because I know that that's vitally important before I go racing off to the next one. But on the inside, we've got the underwire there for extra bust support. And look at this, girls. There is an opening there for bust prostheses. So this is a mastectomy style, a post-mastectomy style. Fairly generous opening there for you to get your bust prosthesis in. And it's also got a layer of fabric, swimsuit fabric in the front. So double layered front and back. 2 layers of fabric there. So that's where you see the extra support coming in for the underwire, if you like an underwire. If you don't like an underwire, but you need the mastectomy option or you like the depth of the cup and the cup sizing, you can do what my mother does. she just nicks it open there underneath and slides the underwire out and then puts a couple of stitches in to seal it off again. There you go, a bit of Aussie ingenuity to make it work for her. Okay, that is that number done. And the next one I wanted to show you, another really popular style here. Look at that lovely deep navy. That is almost, that's very, very, very ink navy, really rich navy, deep navy. This is the Underwire ruched tankini top. Also comes in a one piece as well. The Underwire ruched tankini top is another style for a fuller bust shape. And if you are narrower in the back with a fuller bust to the front, then this is a really good style for you. That's a fit tip. I know that when you have a narrow back and a really big bust, it's harder to find the right fit because you need to go up in most cases to fit your bust, but then the strap at the back doesn't fit right because your back's too narrow and you've got not enough, not enough security and firmness in the back strap. Well, you can get that with this one because these cups, it's called ruched for a reason. There's lovely fine gathers in the bust cup. So that means when you put it on, your bust fills those gathers. So if you are fuller in the bust and narrower in the back, you don't have to go up a size. There's plenty of room to move in this one. Again, nice depth in the cup for a fuller bust. And here, lovely ruching on the side. Now, this is such a popular style that Caprioska has repeated it in prints and plains for years now. I showed you a couple of other colours before, the lovely turquoise and the plum. This also comes in a black. There we go. There's that colour because it's so popular. But here it is in the navy. And it's a lovely little textured print too. That's another trick, girls. If you don't want to print, but you want to have that extra dimension of camouflage, as many of us do, particularly around the tummy area, then going for a texture is another way to do that. And this is a lovely fine texture there. It's called honeycomb because it looks like tiny, tiny honeycomb sections there. Now at the back, a nice high back, which means you get extra coverage underneath the arm and around the side bust area. There are fully adjustable straps that can be unhooked as well. Again, so you can do a crossover back if you want, and that way you will get extra bust support again with a crossover back. On the inside, being a tankini with the ruching, it's got a lot of length. So again, if you have a rounder tummy shape or longer in the torso, that will give you the extra length that you need. But also the ruching gives the tummy camouflage more than anything else. And on the inside, we've got a power mesh lining in the front. And at the back, there is no lining. It's just the actual swimsuit fabric, a single layer. And in the bust area, this is another post-mastectomy style as well. There's a pocket there. Which way, Anita? That way. There we go. There's a pocket there for you to put your bust prostheses in. And just like the one piece with the dots that I showed earlier, which is also another underwire style, you can take them out, the underwire out, but a little bit trickier with this one because of it's got some power mesh there around the underwire. So a little bit of a different construction. But yeah, this one here is $118 and also comes in 2 cup sizes, which is why it's great for a bigger bust as well. It comes in the DE cup size and also the FG cups, and 10 to 22. Navy is also a stock service with us. So the navy options are usually always in stock. COVID times means it's a bit harder to get regular stock fills, but there's usually plenty of volume of this color around. And it's got a matching high-waisted pant for $49. Again, sizes 10 to 22 in the same honeycomb print. So that's an exact match with the tankini top and bottom. Now, again, the high-waisted pant, super popular style because it gives that extra tummy support. It sits just above the hips. So just like a cottontail, girls, the old cottontails that we used to wear. And it's got the power mesh in the front as well for extra tummy support and coverage. It's a great pant, really, really popular pant. So that's the tankini top in the navy, underwire ruched. Then there's this one. Here we go. The one I've got on, good old Bandeau. I love a Bandeau. And the Bandeau one piece, I hope you can pick up the details with me having it on. You might not be able to see it as well. But it's got some lovely crossover ruching around the bust and loads of ruching along the tummy and a nice, bottom coverage as well. Can you see that? Yeah. A high back, which helps to keep the swimsuit up when you wear it strapless. And also on the inside, there is a little bit of gripper tape that runs along the whole perimeter of the top part of the cozies around the back and around the front. And that just, it's like a bit of gel strip that helps to keep the togs up. Now, it does come with 2 straps. I've got one on here and one there because you can wear it 3 ways. You can wear it, I've grabbed one of the straps and I've hooked it over and I've wrapped it around my shoulder, around my neck to wear it like a halter. Now, I love that on me because I have narrower shoulders and by wearing a halter, I'll show you in a minute, it actually helps to visually widen. You can tell me what you prefer on me, the halter strap or no strap. There we go. There's the no strap option. Now that also widens, but I personally, even with dresses and tops, I love a halter on me. You tell me, thumbs up, halter or straight across. Then you can wear the straps like that. I've got a gammy shoulder, so I won't be taking up too much time, but you can also wear your straps over the shoulder like that, and that gives you more support for when you're diving in the ocean. I am a 10 to 12 and this is a 12, and I get the 12 because this feels secure enough on me, well and truly. This is the same honeycomb fabric as the tankini that I showed you earlier, but there's all the ruching and there's also the ruching around the bust area. It's just really, it's a classic togs that I've had for years in different colors and prints, and it's my go-to. It's a go-to for many shapes as well. I find that this Bandeau is really versatile for most body shapes, a bit like that zip up with the little frill sleeve. It works if you, I like it, just gives a little bit more tummy coverage. So if you are tummy conscious, all that ruching is good for that. Helen, who is in our Cozy Confidence crew, and she's got a long torso, looks fantastic in this as well because it gives the extra stretch with the ruching. And also the extra crossover ruching in the bust just helps to give a bit more visual fullness to the bust area as well. And I find the nice high back just feels really comfy on and secure for me. So there's some of the reasons. Now on the inside, oh, I didn't check. This one's got, it's got the regular swimsuit fabric inside the tummy area, not the power mesh on this one. But it's a great all-rounder, and this is $100 as well, sizes 10 to 22 mostly. Well, I think we might have a couple of sizes missing in this one, but you'll find it in the swimwear one-piece section in the store, Sequins and Sand. And let me just show you where to go. I will share my screen. There we go, and head over. So this is sequinsandsand.com.au, and there's me there. And there's the girls in all their glory. Oh, there's Rosa. Rosa was tuning in earlier today, and Lizzie tuning in earlier today. The girls, all different shapes and sizes. We celebrate everyday women in every shape and size here. And my job as a swimsuit whisperer, as with the other girls who are here, we know our styles so well that we pride ourselves on being able to find the right style for you. So you can shop by different shapes, but up here is where we've got, oh, what's happened? Oh, you don't want to see me. Oh, cheers, girls. There we go. Oh, now I've lost it completely. That's not very smart, is it? Nothing like live TV to sort you out. Right, there we go. What's happened to my navigation? There we go. One piece. I think it's because I touched the search. That's why. So navigation, there we go. All the cozies I've shown you today, the one pieces are in here. And that's where you will find them. There's the zip front. And come on, there's the navy, that's the one-piece version. And there is the bandeau that I've got on. You can see how different size and shapes it will look differently on. She's got a much fuller bust than me. She's probably got a solid E, maybe F cup bust. Oh, and there's a lovely Vita. Hello, Vita, if you're watching. There's Vita. She loves the bandeau as well. And then we go into the Tankini section. And I'll show you where the ruched underwire is. It comes in the many different colors. There's the turquoise I showed you earlier. And here is navy in the F and G and the DE cup, and it's also available in black. So that's it for today, girls. Navy is better than black. Thumbs up, yes or no, have I convinced you? But at the end of the day, if you love your black and black loves you, go for it. But just consider in summer that there might be an alternative that's a little bit more summer sympathetic and harmonious with all the other beautiful summer colors that are around, because black with some of the brights creates a big contrast, and maybe that is too overpowering for you. At all times, we want what you wear to bring out your beauty, not to make you feel smaller. That's not what we're about. We want you to shine. Thanks very much for joining me today. If you've got any questions, pop them in the chat. I can't answer them now, streaming multiple places, but I will pop in later. If there's any questions you've got about the cozies that you've seen, or the prints, or the colors, let me know. I'm here to help you, and so are the girls. We will see you next Friday, and in the Sequins and Sand Facebook page or on Instagram. And also, if you want a little bit more of meaningful conversations, aside from talking togs, we have a new private Facebook group called Women 40 Plus, Self-Love, Body Love, Summer Confidence. And we talk about all those other things that go towards influencing how we feel as women in midlife and how our body's shapes change because of it. So we talk about things like menopause and self-care. We talk about our relationship with alcohol, because that affects how we feel and certainly affects our life in menopause. All sorts of things, color theory, a little bit deeper, all the stuff that go towards helping us feel more confident in our summers. And that's what we discuss in greater detail there. So hop on over to that private Facebook page and say g'day. I'll put the link to that in the feed as well, in the discussion area. So I look forward to seeing you either in the group on our Facebook page, on Insta, and of course next Friday when we go live again at 12 o'clock here in Brisbane. Take care, have a wonderful weekend, and reach out. Stay connected if you're in lockdown. We're here for you. Bye.